The Los Angeles Lakers will enter training camp and preseason. They will immediately lose two players. Jaredville and Christian Wood both have injuries. Bando is expected to return immediately compared to Wood. Depending on the player's recovery, at least 5 rotational players are still left in the Lakers from the last season's lineup. No major players were acquired in free agency, and the Lakers have Dalton Keck in the drop. Compared to the Clippers, the positions of the players in their lineup are more balanced. Connect's position is number 2 or number 3 if followed. JJ Redick is not supposed to put Dalton in the starting unit. KCK, Redick is the coach, not the issue, because with the Lakers, since the time of Frank Vogel, there has been interference in the management of who will be put in the rotation if others think LeBron is becoming coach. There is no one else even Darvin Ham seems to have been affected by. That's why in his interviews, it's like medicine. The answer is always generic. The potential starting unit of the Lakers, the 5 still left last season, D'Lo Ribbs, LeBron Hachimura, and Anthony Davis. This is the lineup of Lakers, who have a 19-6 record. When they are used in the playoffs, including here, the player who also plays with the 3 people together in the starting unit is LeBron Adribus Hachimura. They have an average non of 42-22 record, 65% winning rate. If the winning is placed in the standings, West's rate is number 4 when they are included in the starting lineup, but that depends on who the 5th player is. He struggled in the early part of the last season, so their winning rate will decrease. Dalton is 5th in either number 2 position. Ribbs will be the main point guard of the Lakers, because it is said that Ribbs' original position is point guard for the 2023 playoffs. He averaged 17 points and 46% on the field when he was the point G. Guard Austin Reaves also said that he was more comfortable in that position last year. Darvin Ham also did the same when he placed Austin Reaves in the point guard position, and he is in the second unit. JJ Redick also acknowledged that he will be part of the long-term Ribbs as the Lakers plan. He didn't just say that Ribbs will have a longer role at point guard. He said that he needs to improve his conditioning. Ribbs is having someone who is effective at point guard because he gets the small part of role is really the role of Ribbs. It's like a Manu Ginobili, secondary ball handler, not primary. Austin Ribbs gets stuck. When the pick and roll pass in that style, he loses his freedom to live immediately. This is when he was the primary ball handler in the last playoffs. He averaged the pick, and roll offense is Rives of points per game when he is the secondary when primary 1 point per game. The point guard and primary ball handler are also the same, because the meaning of E is because usually the ball is actually in the point guard to make a play. But it's different from when James Harden was in Houston, especially when he was with Chris Paul, because CP3 is the point guard. James Harden is the primary ball handler based on others. The position is not that big a deal now. It's not like it used to be, because the other players can play multiple positions from point guard to small forward with Austin Ribbs. He can return to being a point guard, but he is still not the primary ball handler, so the opportunity for the Lakers to get Dijon is gone. Tim Morey with the Hawks said the Pelicans still got a bargain because the Lakers won't just trade him without a replacement point guard who is also the primary ball handler. Even the other fans are confused about the primary ball handler usually. The concept is really a point guard because he really starts with the ball in the E offense, but there are star players who are not point guards like Nil, Kevin Durant, and LeBron. Their positions are different. They also usually become the primary and dominant ball handlers, so the opportunity for the Lakers to get Dijon is gone. Tim Morey with the Hawks said the Pelicans still got a bargain because the Lakers won't just trade him without a replacement point guard who is also the primary ball handler. Even the other fans are confused about the primary ball handler usually. The concept is really a point guard because he really starts with the ball in the E offense, but there are star players who are not point guards like Nil, Kevin Durant, and LeBron. Their positions are different. They also usually become the primary and dominant ball handlers that last longer. To them, and it results that they are the ones making the play, step point guard scorer, Austin Rives. If you put him as point guard, he is not dominant, and he will not be primary. Either CP310 is called a legit point guard, but the primary ball handler and dominant ball handler who is a point guard. I can only think of 2, Luka and Trang, because of the setup of the Lakers. Now the point guard of the team is D'Angelo Russell, but the primary ball handler is not LeBron. That's why they used to have Westbrook summary, and Westbrook is having a hard time shooting. The 2 of them became the primary ball handlers. It's not about Bay possession, Don. It's about who has the ball often, and that's usually Bron. so I'm just extending it. There's only one person who wants to say that Austin Reaves wants to take the ball. D'Angelo's position as the main point guard of the Lakers, so I don't know how this episode will end, so it's just like this, it will suddenly disappear.